Hello, welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today we're not making soap. We are going to make a cream pot style body butter lotion. Not just a body butter, but a lotion style, which is going to have an emulsifier in it, but it still has all the luxury. I'm going to use multiple butters and hemp seed oil, lots of great oils and butters in here. But it's a little lighter consistency than the whipped body butter recipe I have, and I can ship it in warmer temps. That is why I'm making this, because it's a dense, thick cream, very spreadable and scoopable. It's just luscious. It's like a really thick lotion, but it has all the butters in there. For the liquid portion that we're going to emulsify in, I'm going to use a portion of aloe vera juice. So this is going to be great as we come into warmer weather and your sun exposure. Aloe vera is so soothing if you've been out and about and have irritated skin. It's wonderful. So I will talk you through the whole process. I will share the recipe down below. And the fragrance that I'm going to use in this creamy lotion today, I keep calling it lotion, but it is a body butter because it has the butters in there. It's all of that and a side of fries. The fragrance that I'm going to use is Love Spell from Be Scented. I use this in several different body products and bath bombs, and it's just such a lovely smell. I can't resist. So that's what's going in there today. So I need to get the entire work surface sanitized and ready to go. All the utensils and mixing bowls and the jars and everything need to be super extra clean, and I need to get my hairnet on and gloves on and all of that, and we will come back and make some really luxurious body butter lotion. All right, so the first thing I like to do when I'm making a lotion is get my liquid portion measured and simmering on my hot plate over here. You want to bring it up to a simmer of about, 180, 190 degrees and hold it there for a good 15 to 20 minutes, and that kills any bacterias or any it just makes a very nice sanitary liquid portion. So I always measure a little bit more because it will steam off. And I am working in ounces today. I have my scale turned this way so I can read the numbers, but I will tell you what I'm doing. I'm working in ounces, but down below I will leave it in grams and ounces. So if you like to do grams, I will make sure you have those numbers also. I might even say them as I do this. So right now, what I need in my pot, and I know it's stained, but this is very clean and wiped out with alcohol. It is clean. I need 22.2 ounces of liquid, and I'm going to do half in distilled water, half in aloe vera. So that's the finished number, 22.2. So I will probably go about 23 and a half to make sure I have enough at the end. So I'm going to go for, let's do 12 ounces of water and 12 ounces of aloe. And then we will measure it off at the end. This is the aloe vera juice that I'm using, and I just think it's so lovely on the skin. So I'm going to put this over here on my hot plate, get it up to a low boil, and let it go for about 15 minutes while I get all the rest of the ingredients measured and ready to go. So next it's time to order the oil portion. So I like to do it in phases. So that's the liquid phase that's heating up. Now this is the oil phase, which is going to have the stearic acid and emulsifying wax in there also. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure my butters and oils in here. All right, so I've got my scale all teared out, ready to go with this on here. And the first thing that I need is 1.3 ounces of mango butter. So let me tell you, for the oils and butters, you need a total of 6.3 or 180 grams of oils and butters, and you can do any oils, any butters that you like, just so the total volume is 6.3. So right now I'm doing mango butter. This is raw unrefined mango butter. I'm going to do 1.3 ounces. And then the next oil, or the next butter that I'm going to use is 2 ounces of shea butter. I'm putting in here. Tear that out. I get it in bulk, so I'm going to have to kind of chunk it up and measure. I need 2 ounces. And now I need 2 ounces of cocoa butter. And I'm using my cocoa butter wafers from Wholesale Supplies Plus today. And these are the natural ones that have the cocoa smell, which I love. You can get deodorized, refined white pellets, but I like these. I love the cocoa butter. So 2 ounces of cocoa butter. And now last but not least, in my cocktail of oils and butters, I'm going to do 1 ounce of hemp seed oil. Here's the hemp seed oil I use from Soaper's Choice. It's organic, unrefined. It is just a wonderful oil. So I'm going for 1 ounce. There are all the wonderful oils and butters. Now it's time to measure in my emulsifying wax and some stearic acid. And the stearic acid really does give a nice firmness, and it helps thicken up the lotion. It has a good skin feel also. So let me go get those. All right, I'm back to measure my emulsifying wax, and let me show you real quick if you can pick this up. You can see all the little bubbles down there and the steam. This is my liquid portion. I've turned the temperature down, and it is just going to steam with little tiny, like a very low boil for a bit. Not even a boil, a simmer. So, emulsifying wax. This is the kind that I'm using today. I got this from Soaper's Choice. I've been very happy with it. I think it has a great skin feel. Bee Scented and Wholesale Supplies Plus and a couple. You can get emulsifying wax from several different distributors, and there's one called Soft and Silky that I've heard wonderful things about. I'm still using this up, and I might try that next because I'm happy with this. This is just basic emulsifying wax. It's a vegetable base, but let me measure this in. I need 3 ounces of emulsifying wax, or 80 grams. So let's get this teared out. Now is the stearic acid. Whoop, there it is. Sorry, it's a really big bag I got from Wholesale Supplies Plus. They had a sale. I grabbed it. And I'm going to do 3 ounces of stearic acid, which is also 80 grams. All right, that is it for the oils and butters portion. Now I need to melt this down. You can pulse it in the microwave if you like. You can put it in a low pot of boiling water and do a double boiler method. However you want to do it, you want to get this melted and get it up to about 160 degrees, so that when you mix it with the water, you want the water and the oils to be very close in temperature. So let me go get this melted down, and we'll be right back. All right, well, my oils and butters are melting. I am going to measure out my preservative and my fragrance oil in this little glass beaker. So for the preservative that I'm using today is Optiphen. You could use Germaben, you could use whatever preservative that you like. I like this. It is formaldehyde free. I think it's a very good preservative, and the usage rate is 0.3 to 1.5, so in that window. Today I am going to be using 0.7 ounces in this recipe, which is 20 grams. It doesn't take much, but you definitely need it in there because this has the liquid portion. So this is a very important ingredient today. So just a little shy of 1 ounce, so 0.7. All right, and then for my fragrant oil, I am using my Love Spell, like I said, and I looked up the usage rate on this fragrance oil, and so for the usage rate of the Love Spell today, I'm going to use 0.8 ounces. Let me clean that up and tear this out. So just shy of 1 ounce, 24 grams of fragrance is the usage rate for the volume. This is a 32-ounce batch that I'm making today. So and I really encourage you to get familiar with usage rates and percentages so that you can pick your own fragrance and your own size batch and figure out how much you need on your own. So I am using 24 grams or 0.8. There we go, and this is just going to sit off to the side until everything is blended and cooled down. You definitely don't want to add the Optiphen when things are too hot. I think about 130 degrees or under is when you add the Optiphen, and that helps the fragrance too to stay nice and strong. So this will just sit off to the side and wait. All right, so I pulled off my liquid from the simmer. It's been there, it's nice and hot. Now we have to wait for things to cool down a little bit, and I'm going to add an optional ingredient that you don't need to do, but I'm going to add some colloidal oats. I'm going to melt them in here just because I thought with the aloe vera and the oats, it just sounded really skin soothing. If you have a very nice fine grind colloidal oats, it will just melt right into the liquid portion. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. That's 0.3. There we go, 0.5. That's a ½ ounce of colloidal oats in this hot, hot liquid. And I'm just gonna stir, 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 and it'll just dissolve right in there. Even if I have to throw my stick blender in there to get it all macerated, let's try that. All right, we've got it all dissolved in here, and we're just gonna let this sit off to the side and cool. I have my blending bowl here that I'm going to be pouring into to measure to make sure I still have the correct amount after, you know, the liquid sort of steamed off. I want to make sure my volume is still correct when we get down to temperature. And I've got my melted oil and butters over here, just waiting. It's cooling down a little bit. And then I also have my piping bag. I don't have a tip on here. I'm just gonna cut it so it's open hole. And this is just a really nice way to get such a thick lotion into my jars without making a mess. So I will be piping it down into the jars when we get to that point. So let's just wait for everything to cool, and then we get to the fun part of mixing. All right, it's time to measure my liquid back into my mixing bowl here and make sure that I have 22.2 ounces or 628 grams. Is the totals that we need for liquid for this size batch that I'm making. And oh, we're just like a gram over, so I'm gonna roll with it. There you go, 22.2 ounces of nice hot liquid, and then we'll go get our oils in here. All right, here's the magic time. This is so fun. Of course, it's a little cloudy because of the oats in there. It's not quite as fun, but with the emulsifying wax, as soon as it hits the water, it turns into this milky consistency. It's really cool. You can kind of see it there, letting the magic happen. And I'm just going to blend this really well. I'll give it a pulse with the stick blender. I am working at about 160 degrees. It was like 155 on the liquid and 170 on the oil, so they were close enough. But let me get this blended, and now we're just waiting for it to cool. We're gonna go for under 130 before we add in the preservative and the fragrance. And now the emulsifying takes place. We just blend it, and this is still so hot. So I'm just going for that nice blend. Let's take the temperature here and see what we've got. All right, so we're at 138 right now. It won't take long to get down below 130, and then we'll get moving forward. All right, it's time to take the temperature here and see if we are below 130 and if we can add our preservative and our fragrance. We are at 129.9. Can't get much closer than that. Very close. Just going to give this a stir. Just wait a few more minutes. There's no reason to rush it. So after we add the fragrance and the preservative, we will go ahead and let it cool down even more, and it will just thicken up more and more. It might even take like an hour. I will lay a cloth over this just to keep everything dust free. Okay, we're good to go. Let's add the fragrance and the preservative right on in here. A couple of things that you can do with your lotion just to customize it. Again, the colloidal oats is optional. The aloe vera juice is optional. You can use all distilled water. I have seen people add milk powders, goat milk powder, coconut milk powder. I haven't done that, but I've seen it done. It's wonderful. You could add a little vitamin E oil if you want in here. So this recipe is a wonderful recipe, but it's definitely, you can customize it a little bit and do little tweaks and make it your own. You could even add a skin safe color into a mica if you wanted to, and split the batch and do a swirl. Personally, I don't like to add colorants to my lotions, but you could definitely do that. You could even put like a shimmer in there and make like a body shimmer lotion. So many options. I love the creativity of homemade products. So I'm going to just blend that in really well, the fragrance and the Optiphen, while it's still a little bit warm here, and then we just do the cool down process, and it takes however long it takes, and we'll be back when it's thick and cooled off. We're still cooling down, but you can see how thick this is getting. It's just wonderful. So I'm going to blend it up and get it really whippy and wait for it to just finish. It's almost there, maybe another 20 minutes and we'll be all cooled. All right, it's time to pipe this in. Look at how just gorgeous and thick this is. It holds a peak beautifully. It's just wonderful. So time to pipe this in. Okay, one thing you could do if you have a beater or a stand mixer, you could whip this up very light and just make it just air light, and that's beautiful. The problem is when you ship it in warmer weather, it'll sink. So I did not whip this. This is just, I used my stick blender to get it really blended, but it's stirred, and because I don't want this to shrink in shipping. This is my summer lotion that I can ship, and it ships, okay in hot weather. That's why I don't sell body butters in the summer and springtime. I sell a thick lotion, and then next winter I will come back in with the body butters. But this is whippable, so you could do that. Just be mindful that if it gets into heat and stuff, it'll deflate. So this is just so beautiful, and it smells good. That love spell is light, but it's there. It's a gentle. I didn't, over fragrance this. It's just, I think, perfect. So let's get it piped into our jars. I'm not sure how many jars we're going to get yet. I will tell you when we're done. So let's get to piping this. All right, these are my 4-ounce jars. I have my scale tared out, and we're going to fill them up with 4 ounces of the lotion because it isn't whipped, so it's pretty accurate on the weight. So this 32-ounce recipe I made today, I got 8 4-ounce jars, which is absolutely perfect. But just look at how thick and gorgeous that is. I mean, this is a very thick cream pot butter lotion. I'm loving it. So I've got my lids here. I have 4 stainless steel lids, 4 ribbed black lids, because they ran out of these, so I ordered these. So we're going to have 2 different lid options. I'm going to get these lidded up, and then I will go make the labels for these and get them labeled and shrink banded and all the good stuff. But thanks for joining me today. I hope you give this recipe a try. And if you do any tweaks to it, like add any fun stuff, let me know. I would love to hear how you enjoy it. So thanks for joining me today. Have an awesome day. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.